This mind-blowing story begins when ships are firing on the island. This island is not ordinary because the monster lives here. One of them prefers to watch and has high hopes for the hunter, because they know that these males are nothing before these abominable creatures. So, they rely on the hunter who can eliminate these beings. On the island, hunters are ready to knock down the monsters. Even red giant ants appear before them. Their size and ugliness have scared them, but they don't let their commander down, and gives priority to fighting against the creature on their last breath. But they don't know their decision has put their life in danger, because this ant proves to be the boss of these hunters. They have started tearing them apart, and the fire magician proves nuts before them. Their commander, who is their hope, lies on the ground mercilessly. Even with injuries on his body, he thinks he is going to lose consciousness. Before he loses his mind, Bion arrives and saves him from the ants' attack by thrashing them away. To cure his wounds, he has started doing healing magic. But those obstinate ants try to retake his life. This time, Yoonseok uses his thunder power and knocks these out on the ground. Still, many ants are around them, but Yoonho is too old to tackle them. He is tearing them apart with his mighty power, and Yoonseok is assisting him. Bion, who wants to heal other people, wants their protection, and they are ready to fight back with this ant to shield him. A giant white ant appears, whom they consider their boss. A Jinnat ant is about to crush Yoonho, but he holds its tentacles, and Yoonseok gives this monster the biggest shock of his life. By availing himself of the opportunity, Yoonho plucked out his tentacles and made a hole by throwing them into his stomach. It's not long before they take a breath and kill him. White giant ants came out from their den, and they boosted their power to mess with them. On the other hand, Mr. Choi, the commander, asks them to get ready because these ants have arrived in the city. He uses fire magic to beat them, which has eliminated many ants. But still, there is an army to fight back. To wipe them out, he signaled his army, and they followed the orders of their leaders. Many years ago, portal has opened in the world that leads to monsters here. The sad thing is that conventional weapons are futile before them. Only those who have special weapons and fighting techniques can beat them and survive. These people, whom they call hunters, according to their ability, they are classified. The S rank is supposed to be legendary, and the lowest one is E. This E rank belongs to Sung, whose ability is too low. Even people are astounded as to why he has joined this job. Also, there is no chance of his progress. Today, Kim and Park met at the hunter's spot. They are pleased to see each other after a long time. Even Kim imagined that Park had quit hunting. But his wife is pregnant, so how can he give up? Earning money is their priority, and risking their lives. At the same time, Sung arrives, and everyone warmly meets with this young guy. It looks as if he is a high-rank hunter because people around him are giving him protocol. Kim clears his misunderstanding by saying he is the weakest jerk in their hunting spot. Also, there is no hope of his promotion. Hearing this, Park gives him a taunting look, and Kim asks him not to speak loudly because he doesn't want to hurt his feelings. Unfortunately, there is no time to be careful because he has heard and agreed with their statement. He moves forward when he encounters Juhi, the healer. Sung greets her, but she is not in the mood to welcome him by watching his face scar. As a result, she reprimands him for being careless and not taking the addition of a healer to the team. As their team belongs to high-ranking hunters, there is no need to be a healer, and Sung knows his ability and low rank, so he has no complaints with anyone. Still, Juhi starts blaming him for not taking his life seriously. In response, he apologizes to her by admitting his mistake. Just then, Mr. Song introduced himself as a team leader, and everybody welcomed him because his rank was higher than theirs. After that, they proceed to move ahead to the portal. Park, who is passing by him, advises him to stick with them to stay alive. As he moves ahead, Sung again looks at his beggar, which is not lethal. Instead, it's an ordinary one because he does not have enough budget to buy a fantastic weapon. Ignoring it, he steps forward to the portal because his never-ending war awaits him. On the other hand, the president informs his secretary of the governate's demand to avoid dungeon breaks. Further, they are also demanding precious supplies from the dungeon. Their appeal is not wrong because of these gems and stones. They can create unique weapons. Also, President Go shows him a crystal derived from a slain magic beast. It reveals it is a rare one. On the other hand, Sung looked at the gem in his hand and was pleased because he had gotten it. Although he hasn't killed a high-rank monster, he obliterates an E-rank monster. Another monster takes him out of the imaginary world, and he is ready to fight back. But his dagger doesn't support him and has broken. Consequently, this demon attacked him and started cutting his stomach. Before he can succeed, another hunter approaches and knocks him down. Later, he moves forward to kill others. Juhi, scared to watch his injuries, moves forward to heal him, and she is sure that she will cure him. Comparatively, Sung moves his attention to the hunters with remarkable power. and he is nothing before them except trash. Aside from this, President Go informs that with dungeon gems, they create a weapon. Through this weapon, they are eligible to kill the Mighty One. Further, mana crystals are also found in dungeons, and one can create weapons with them. But comparatively to gem weapons, these are not worthwhile. Still, these weapons are in great demand, and the government wants to research them, because they are searching to create lethal weapons. As they have killed the last one, they are satisfied. But not entirely, because they still haven't needed to get precious gems and stones. Through this, they can't grab more money. Just then, one of the hunters has found a tunnel. It means there is another dungeon inside. It rarely happens, and the leader Song prepares to inform the headquarters before taking further steps. But hunters who can watch the money in front of their eyes prefers to get inside. Even Park also joins them because his wife is pregnant, and he needs a significant amount. They all have no idea what is going to happen next, and they are confident about what they need to face forward. A leader who is not contented with their decision prefers to do voting. In the voting, they got a tie, because many want to step in, and others want to get rid of this place. Everyone has given the vote except Sung. So, Song asks him to participate. Before saying no, he thinks about his mother, who is hospitalized, and he needs money for her treatment. How can he forget about his sister, who is studying and it demands money? Therefore, he has given his approval. They are considering it a rank dungeon, so they don't have any option to step in. However, they have no idea who they are messing with. In the company, Mr. Choi is hiring a capable and talented hunter. Instead, they are signing a contract with them. On the other hand, someone on the bike has snatched the wallet of a girl. He has no regrets and is happy because he will have a party. But his plan is messed up when he looks at the gorgeous girl before him. Watching her, the only idea that comes into his mind is that she is planning to die, because she is standing in front of the bike. Before the bike crumples her, she jumps like a competent hunter and wins people's hearts. As a result, they have fallen injured. The crowd gathered around her because they understood who she was. She is an S-rank hunter, and people are looking at her as if she is a celebrity. Before the situation worsens, she jumps on the building and goes away, without giving anyone a chance to ask further questions. The people behind her are pleased because they have met with a S-rank hunter. On the other hand, it's almost 40 minutes as they have to walk. Still, they are looking for their boss, and when the portal closes, they have 20 minutes to eliminate this. While walking with them, Juhee needs to talk with Sung. Soon, Sung noticed and apologized to her without knowing his mistake. In a fury, she started insulting him because he had no concern for his life. He has recently survived but wants to escape the danger again. Even though his body is entire of scars and wounds, he still doesn't give up. This thing is bursting her out. But Sung has no answer except apologizing. He can't share his sister's and mother's expenses with anyone. Listening to the apologetic words, she calmed down. But she is not going to forgive him easily. Instead, she asks for dinner after escaping from this place. Sung is also ready and doesn't know her interest in him. After walking for a long while, they have figured out the door of booze. But watching the elegance of the door, they are stunned because that never happened before. Some of them prefer to leave without getting inside and having money. But those who are blinded by lust for money prefer to get inside, because they can't accept a return with an empty hand. So, they have no choice except to enter. Meanwhile, President Go is giving a lecture to the hunters. Many of them are going to be competent hunters. Before this, they must prove themselves and be ready to give their lives. While entering, they are looking at the guards made of stone. There are many statues that look as if they are looking at them. Ignoring the elegance, they are exploring the boss. Even one of them challenges the boss to come out. All are reading something engraved on the wall. Aside from this, Juhee's concentration is on a giant statue. With this statue, she is scared. Even she is scared enough to death when she reveals this statue, which has rolled down his eyes. But Sung ignores her because the statue can't move. Just then, the door mysteriously closed. It looks as if some power is controlling everything. One of them is fed up and prefers to leave this place. He doesn't have yet a desire to have more money. Only he wants to get rid of this place, and he steps forward to go out. While reaching the door, he tries to open up. At the same time, the guard near the door has off his head. Seeing this, yelling and screaming are heard. Sung, who has considered the misunderstanding of Juhee, has realized something odd. If this guard can move, it's not weird if the giant statue rolls his eyes. With trembling legs, he looks back. All of a sudden, he looks at the gleaming in his eyes. He has realized something is going to happen. So, he asks everyone to get down. As his expectations, this giant statue set a massive fire to them. But they have survived because Sung has warned them. Sung, who is a weakling, has to spend hand to mouth. He has lived in a life and death situation because he belongs to the E rank. Many times, he has gotten injured and stuck in the maze. Even fighting with low-rank monsters is challenging. Still, he fights with him by risking his life, and more than the reward he gets is needed to purchase a precious weapon. In comparison to him, another hunter has a lethal weapon. Also, Sung is scared enough to death because he is going to die here. When these monsters can head off a rank hunter, then his status is no more than add to them. Others' situations are not different from his, they are also shouting with fear. Like this video and let me know in the comments if you are excited for next part.